Cheers, good morning. You guys ready for some harmonic minor scale theory today? This is my favorite scale, and I'm excited to share it with you. If it's new for you, it'll be your favorite scale. I'll have to say that, especially if you love really beautiful, exotic colors going beyond just your diatonic, pentatonic, and major scale flavors. Just by changing essentially one note, you will well, depending on how you look at it, and I'm going to talk about that, you'll get some really beautiful flavors from the harmonic minor scale. I'm going to show you a couple fingerings, the chords that come out of it, and some hacks that I like to use for improvisation. I already have a lot of this on Patreon, but I thought it'd be nice to do a nice summary here for you on YouTube, and this will be archived on Patreon at the Gold tier and on YouTube. Tracy Kim members only. So if you're wondering about my live stream videos, they all get archived. David's here. Now we can officially start. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Jeffrey, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. If you're on Patreon, let me know. I know most of you are. And a lot of these lessons are geared, or rather come from requests from songs or materials that are on Patreon. Hey, Bob, good morning. Great to hear from you. Bob, your northeast weather is coming to Portland today. It's going to be freezing, literally, and below freezing tonight. So thanks a lot, you East Coasters. Hopefully you're all keeping warm. Well, let's go ahead and get started on the harmonic minor scale theory. I have the last chord theory that I did, or scale chord theory, I have to say both, because we derive the chords. I say the word extract the chords from the scale, and I'm going to walk you through it very slowly. The last one we did the other day was the melodic minor. So I actually would place the harmonic minor scale as above the melodic minor. Melodic is a little bit more advanced in uses. Harmonic minor is definitely more popular, more common. Okay, so definitely put this on the top of your list to study here with me today, and just fingerings and application to your favorite songs, from Hotel California to minor swing to blues. Experiment with this Caravan. Check out my PDFs. And by the way, I did put a big batch of PDFs that are available to you as Patreon members at all tiers. If you're not, then I would consider joining Patreon. But I'm going to be talking a lot about this stuff. I'll just kind of show you what I posted today on this topic here. It's called Harmonic Minor Scale Theory, and it looks like this. If you guys are checking this out and you're on Patreon, and if you're not on the live stream right now, if you're watching, this is Friday. What's the date today? The 12th. So look at all these PDFs that are attached here. You guys go, make sure you grab all of them, okay? There's a lot of PDFs attached. The harmonic minor scale overview, my hacks, soloing ideas for minor swing, Hotel California, Joseph, and the hacks. So let's get started, you guys. Anyone else here on Patreon that want to say hello, or anywhere in the world? I'm going to give you a little demonstration of the harmonic minor scale. Let me grab my guitar. And I know I've already talked about this. Some of you were in my theory class, my music theory, fun and easy music theory. So I'll get a little bit closer here. Harmonic minor scale, just as a general overview here. I'll start on A for this example. We have, I'm going to start with the Aeolian mode. Aeolian mode is known as the natural minor scale. Okay, so that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So all you do, you can welcome Jose. Good morning. Oh, nice. Is that your name, Jose? I can't tell. I'm sorry, Joseim. Correct me if I'm wrong or type in a pronunciation. So the harmonic minor scale is we take the minor scale and we raise the seventh. So when I say the minor scale, I am referring to Aeolian. Raise the seventh, so it's a natural seven. So the formula, this is just an overview. Again, you can also grab the PDF here. I've got a few of them for the harmonic minor scale already. But it's 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6. Okay, that adds to the darker vibe. And then that major 7. And then the octave. So here's my go-to fingering with the root on the 6th string. And that's a harmonic minor. Okay. In context, when I'm actually using it, I'll often start a half step below on the leading tone. As we'll talk about, we usually use the harmonic minor scale not on the 1 chord as often, but on the 5 chord. So the 5 of A minor, we'll see this in a moment, is E7. So we'll actually use it on the E7 chord, and that's what adds that beautiful color, the flat 9, okay, and the sharp 5. This flavor, I always say, Django loved this quite a bit. It gives us that dark flavor. And I'm showing the little hack there. So again, this is why it's important to know the chord, the scale chord relationship, so that we can get some hacks. We can really fully learn the scale and explore some flavors. And we can explore some flavors that are not as commonly used. Like, even though I just said that it's often used on the 5 chord, you could use it on the flat 6. But again, we got to know what is a flat 6 chord of the harmonic minor, okay? So that you can play it, and we can get some really exotic flavors this way. This is great for composing. This is great for arranging. If you have a band and you want to come up with a cool intro, you might do a little harmonic minor scale flavor for the riff, harmonize or something. Think outside the box is what I'm saying. So let's go and get started with some theory. I did post this. This is on Patreon. This is the harmonic minor chord scale chord theory here. Here's what PDF. Let's see. Let me get online here. Type in the chat, you guys, where you're at, where you're from, how's the weather. Let's see. Just need to trying to get online here. Okay, there we go. And thank you for joining me today. Of course, appreciate you being here. Pretty much I'm doing daily live streams so far in 2024, if you didn't notice. Sometimes it's theory, sometimes it's more often it's a song, and then we, talk shop, we learn the chords, we learn the melody, we analyze it. But I do feel it's important that you have a good foundation of the harmonized scale, key centers, all that, and then, your scales. David asked a question about my nylon string guitars. The one that I usually use when I'm just sitting around is one I got 20 years ago or 20 plus years ago. It's an old Takamine. It's a Jasmine model. The other one that I have right now is one that I use for my bar gigs that it's super easy to plug into. It's an Ibanez. I don't know what model it is. Let me see. GA35TCE. It's thin. It's super easy to play. It's like playing a rock guitar. It's easy on my hands, which is very important. And surprisingly, it actually has a really nice sound. Going through a Fishman, or the Bose system, it sounds pretty warm. So to me, you don't need a super expensive guitar necessarily. Meaning that one is under $500. The Ibanez. In the old Takamine, you can't really get those anymore. So yeah, and I think it's important to find something that resonates with you, that sounds good and feels good. You know, a lot of people just buy things online. I suggest you go to the music store, try it out. You're welcome, David. So again, I'm going to just show you these PDFs. I hope you grab it. And if you are on Patreon, of course, it's just this batch of PDFs that I put out there is for everybody on Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, I do recommend that you consider joining. So here's the link and all the PDFs. I'm going to start with the chord, this worksheet here. I'm just going to hold it up just in case you're not on Patreon and you want to take a look at it, screenshot it, whatever. So let's go ahead and talk shop, you guys. I'll get to the whiteboard here. Let me lower this one light so it doesn't reflect. So we're going to start with a Yukon. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad they've been beneficial. These are fundamental. I mean, this is, you know, I take for granted sometimes I'll talk shop in my lessons and workshops, but you know, maybe I shouldn't assume that everybody knows the harmonic minor scale, fingerings of it, first of all, and or what chords are derived from it. But if you're into improvisation and soloing too, besides just the analysis part, you know, this will allow you to choose your scales. And that's the big part of playing jazz. So let's talk about harmonic minor scale today. Okay, can you guys see that? We're going to take a C harmonic minor scale. Okay, the formula is 1. Let me give myself a starting note. Do, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7, 8. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's the solfege of it. Sorry, my solfege is bad today. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's the old music school way of learning solfege system. So that's a C harmonic minor scale, okay? So the formula, again, is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5. The first 5 notes, these notes, my funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine. That's what I was demonstrating yesterday if you joined my live stream. My funny Valentine, I was saying, oh yeah, it's just the first 5 notes of the scale. But the first 5 notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, those first 5 notes of that minor scale, that could be Aeolian, it could be Dorian, it could be melodic minor or harmonic minor. Okay, it could be any of those scales. I was going to say the word modes, but just those scales, not Phrygian. Phrygian has what? I'm going to quiz you guys. What does Phrygian have that this does not have? And by the way, I do also have the basic modes. That's really important and fundamental, just your basic modes of the major scale, the church modes. So please check out that live stream and that lesson. Thank you, Robert. The flat 2 is Phrygian, and these are all the different colors that are available to us, okay? So again, here are the first 5 notes of the harmonic minor. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol. That's what makes it dark, is that flat 6. And then this interval here, ti, do. This interval spacing here really gives it some color, the A flat to the B. And that really defines a harmonic minor, this major 7. Okay, major 7 coming from the C. So the chord that we'll achieve, the first chord is C minor, major 7, just like the melodic minor, if you caught that theory. Okay. But as you probably know, the first thing I like to do is derive, or I'll say the word extract, triads. So let's go and get the triads first. And again, this is just a tutorial, how to, step by step, on how to do this. I want you to do this process with me. I would even highly recommend that you grab a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and write this down and think about it. Don't just watch me do it with me, okay? I'm pretty big on the process. Okay, so that right there is the first triad. We're going to start triads, then we'll do 7 chords. Triads in harmonic minor scale, okay? And I want some group participation here, please. So it's like the running through here. This is C minor. Okay. The next one, we're going to go every other note, okay? Create these tertian triads here. D, F, A flat. What triad is that? This is a group participation. Bob, you're fast today. You must have a lot of coffee. Thank you, I appreciate it. D, dim, and that could just be a circle if you want, as abbreviation. I just want to make sure you are familiar with those symbols. Okay. Next one. Thank you. Who else did that? You come. Thank you. Yeah, again, I want you guys to do the process. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space so you think about this. And you might need to play it on your instrument respectively. And again, we're going every other note. If you're wondering how is Tracy getting these triads? I'm just stacking every other note to create a tertian triad, meaning thirds. E flat, G, and B natural. What is that? Think about it and type it in. You don't have to say it. That's a joke because nobody can hear you but yourself. By the way, I'll just do this. If you're enjoying these theory lessons or lessons, live streams, feel free to do that. Okay, so this one is E flat augmented. And again, we can put just a plus symbol, or we could write the 3 letters A-U-G. I'll just put the plus because I'm a little lazy today. Okay. E flat aug. I know, we got C minor, D dim, E flat aug, because that's 1, 3, sharp 5. It should be a B flat if you wanted a major triad, but we have a sharp 5. That's why it's aug. F, A flat, and then go to the third, that C, F, A flat, C. Okay, play it. Here, I'll give myself an F. I don't have perfect pitch. Dun, 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 dun. F, A flat, C, A flat, F. What is that? You guys type it in. F minor. The 4 chord is minor. I put a lowercase 4. That's a minor 4. That's important because later on, a lot of these jazz songs or songs by the Beatles or Beach Boys or Radiohead, just great songwriting, and of course classical and contemporary music, but they borrow chords for the minor, harmonic minor, right, or natural minor, melodic minor for that matter. But the 4 in the melodic minor, as you all know, is major, so this is minor 4. 1, 2 dim, flat 3 aug. That's usually how I notate it. The Roman numerals with the lowercase to know that it's minor. Diminished gets a symbol, aug gets a symbol, but I put it as a major, as a capital, okay? Now let's go to the 5 chord. Ready, guys? Thanks, Yukon. G, E, D. That's easy, right, guys? Here's G. G, D. G major. 5 is major triad. Okay? 5 is a major triad. The 5 is a major triad of the harmonic minor scale. I'm reiterating that many times because that's important. The 4 is minor. The 1 is minor. 4, 1, 4, 5. Check it out. 1, 4, 5. I'll do it here. C minor, F minor, G major, F minor. Okay, very, very popular sound. A lot of Latin music got this flavor. So if you like songs and that want that Latin vibe, this works great on tunes like Besame Mucho or anything, again, that use more minor keys. 1, 4, 5, like a typical folk progression. 1, 4, 5. We got the minor 1, the 4 minor, and then the 5 is major. That's important. Okay. The 5 would be minor if we were in the Aeolian mode. Okay. That would be a modal thing. That's how you know, you can tell what the chord progressions are. Let's continue. We only have 2 more chords and we have our triads down. A flat, C, and then E flat. What is that one? I'm going to let you think about it. Say it to yourself, though. Again, that's a joke. And feel free to do the thumbs up thing. I'll just say that again as I'm filling in time here. If you enjoy these lessons. What is A flat? What is the 6th chord here? Actually, it needs to be called the flat 6 because of the formula. It's a flat 6. I'll give it away here. It's major. It's a major triad, you guys, major. This is huge. This is my favorite hack right there. Those 2 major triads, a half step apart. That sound, oh my gosh, that's the sound. That's the sound. Beautiful. I have a nickname for this hack. These 2 triads next to each other, a half step apart, G to A flat. I was in a different key there, but here it is, G, A flat, G. It kind of sounds like some surf music. That's what I nicknamed the caravan hack, where you take these 2 major triads a half step apart and you just completely noodle around with those with all these different fingerings. And I just say caravan hack very loosely because I use that concept so much when I solo on caravan, but I use it on anything like that. It creates that harmonic minor scale instantly. I've already had a lot of lessons. I did a big lesson on caravan soloing live stream a few weeks ago, so check that out if you want more info on that. And also just to show you my PDF I attached here. This is a good one. I do highly recommend this if you guys have not already seen this one, Caravan Soloing Hack. I just say, take the 2 triads, visualize it. Visualize, this is the F harmonic minor, but a lot of examples there, okay? So definitely check that out. Check out the lesson. Yeah, that's true. What Yukon said. I already kind of gave it away too when I played it. I did play G7 earlier. I played F or whatever key I was in. I was in A harmonic minor. I actually played F major 7 to E7, dominant 7, and now the E7 is the 5 chord. We'll get to the 7th chords in a minute. And we can even look at 6 chords. There's a lot that we can do. We can even look at added chords, extensions. We look at sus chords. Today we're just covering the basic tertian triads, 1, 3, 5, these ones. And then we'll take a look at the 7th chords, but you can go further and deeper into it. And I will do that in the future. I want to be, comprehensive because these are all things that I think are important. But today is what I call a really good overview of the harmonic minor scale. the uses of it, giving you some demonstrations, triads, and seventh chords. We have one more, you guys. Congratulations, you're learning this. How to extract triads. Another word for this is called the harmonized scale. We're harmonizing the scale. We're taking the scale, we're adding two notes to create a triad harmony. The last one here is BDF. What is that? Thanks, Osi. I'm going to find you on Patreon and see what you are enjoying. So let me know. BDF. You could play it too. That's a good way to do it. If you're like, how do we figure out what chord it is? Here's B, here's D, and here's F. 1, flat 3, flat 5. Okay, I'm not going over all the basics because that's already been covered in quite a few lessons of mine. I did that last time in the melodic minor lesson, but just to go over the triads, 1, 3, 5 major. I guess I am with your minor, 1, 3, 1 flat, 3, 5. Diminished, and even augmented. Just to know the formulas if you need to play those notes to figure out what chords you get. So you guys, what's this one here? BDF. Yukon's got it. Don't look in the chat. Think about it. This is your little theory lesson here. Music school. Okay, I'm hoping that you all said diminished. B dim. And again, I can do the circle or just write dim. And it'd be the 7 lowercase of that. Okay. BDF. And that's just like the key of C major. BDF. Okay. So here are the triads in the key. I'm calling it the key of C harmonic minor. We have C minor, D dim, E flat augmented. This is a summary here. F minor, G major, A flat major. Those two major chords a half step apart. B diminished triad. Okay. Notice this is also a triad there, the diminish, the D dim. Okay. You guys ready to go on? Let's do it. Now, we're going to go on to seventh chords. So we're going to add the seventh degree onto each one of these now. C, E flat, G. See what I'm doing here? I'm going like this, and then B natural. We can just write them all out first. D, E flat, F, G, A flat. And we don't have to do the last one, obviously, because it's the same as the first one. And now we can figure it out. And again, I'm just going to reiterate how important it is to know your formulas. I'm going to just kind of say it aloud, and hopefully you'll pretend that you were in the same room together. If I said major 7, you would say, you can even type it in the chat. If I said major 7, you would say, what's the formula? And I'm not talking about letter names, just the formula, just the numbers. I'll even type it in the chat so you guys have it. Oh, Yukon, you beat me. Hossein, thank you. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, so is it okay if I call you Jose? Oh, Joe. Okay. Joe, that's easy. See, I get confused when I see. All right, so thanks, Joe. Ready? Dominant 7. What's the formula? This is all very important. Dominant 7. You say 1, 3, 5, flat 7. Good. This is just a quick formula for you guys who don't know it. Know your 7th chord formulas. I'm going down the list. Major 7, dominant 7. Next is minor 7. Go for it. Minor 7. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. Thank you, Yukon. Okay, next one is minor 7, flat 5. That can also be called half diminished. Okay. So you take what we just did, the minor 7, if you look in the chat there, and then you flat the 5th. Paul, good to see you. Thank you. Oh, wait, no, Paul, wait, what are you doing? That's not correct. You're doing major 7. Good, thank you. Yeah, the last two are correct. 1 flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. Okay, but so notice that when you look at the formula there, notice that the 1 flat 3, flat 5, notice that that's a diminished triad. Okay, that's important. So now the last one, before we get to the two special ones that are included in this scale, please tell me, Paul, that's a dominant 7. Are you just a little bit behind? And maybe there's a little lag time. um, let's consult. We'll consult in your private lesson. Oh, by the way, you guys, if you want to like Paul, if you want to join Patreon, I do have some openings still at the diamond tier. You can get a private lesson with me, a 30-minute once a month, and we can go over whatever you want. Paul, that's a minor 7. Give me one more. You got to get to a minor 7 flat 5. On Patreon, I've got many tier levels, but the diamond tier, if you're interested in studying very specific things or just wanting more general on how to use Patreon and all my materials. Thank you, Paul. There you go. That's a minor 7 flat 5. He's just typing them all out. So Patreon, I have a diamond tier level that gives you a private lesson with me once a month via Zoom, and that's called the diamond tier. Again, I do recommend or suggest, Patreon is free. I have a free everybody tier, and then of course you can also join the tier levels where you can get all of my lessons, PDFs, bonus lessons. Thanks for the endorsement, Bob. Diamond, yeah, it's great working with you. Again, it's so much fun. And like I said, I know working with Bob Robert there, that during his lessons, we'll talk about things, and you guys then see it on a live stream a day or two later, because the questions that I get, they're so great, and so many people want to know more about these topics, But Paul, yeah, I think you got some lag going on there. That's okay. I know you know your theory, but it's okay. This is not a graded test. I just want to make sure you guys have the right information. So we just ended with the minor 7 flat 5. Let's finish these formulas. Again, this is just shop talk here. Diminished 7. Type in the formula for it. Fully diminished 7. Now I have to say the word fully and not half diminished 7. It's not a minor 7 flat 5. This is a fully dim 7. It'd be a circle 7. Randy just jumped in. Look at that. 1 flat 3, flat 5, 6, or double flat 7. And that's exactly what I would say, is that double flat 7 is the same degree as a 6th degree, which is a whole step above the 5th. And I actually think of a diminished 7th chord, I personally think of it as a 6th chord. And I would probably even spell it out like that, even though it's not music school correct. Paul, yeah, you guys, many of you are diamond here. Thank you again for being there. It's really a pleasure to work with you guys face to face on Zoom. So, okay, there's two more than the harmonic minor scale, just like the melodic minor scale. These are the special scales, not versus your diatonic major scale, the Ionian mode, Dorian, and all that stuff. The harmonic minor, melodic minor, they give us two of their special piece and 2. They give us 2 more chords, 7th chords that we need to discuss. Minor, major 7. Think about this. Minor, major 7. Well, we know a minor 7 is 1 flat 3, flat 5. No, don't listen to me. 1 flat 3, 5, flat 7. But if it says minor, major 7, then you just want to raise that 7. So minor, major 7 is what? I just said it, but go ahead and type it in. It's nice to see it in the comments. Minor, major 7 equals. Exactly. So you guys, this first one here, you got a minor triad, and then C to B is a major 7. So this chord is a C minor, major 7. That's how it would look in the writing of it. If you were to use symbols, if you're a symbol person, you put C minor, major 7. You have a little minus sign. Okay, then the delta or the triangle 7 there, whatever you want to say. I am going to take a moment and grab the guitar and play this for you. Here's C minor, C minor major 7. Okay, and I gave this example the other day on the melodic minor scale because this is the first chord of the melodic minor scale. This is what prompted me, this demonstration, this is what prompted me to teach on the live stream yesterday. My funny Valentine, that second chord, sweet comic Valentine, you, this is a beast. That's C minor with a flat 6, but most people just go to A flat major 7. Put A flat bass. So that second chord of that song, the second chord of Blue Skies and essentially Stairway to Heaven, this minor major 7 chord, so important in that cliche that if you know the song, I'll quiz you guys. I won't tell you, but what song this is. Beautiful song. Oh, I need to do a live stream on this, by the way. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. This chord. What song is that? Do you guys know? And I'm just kind of asking you because it's important for you to go, ooh, I like that song. I want to get that minor major 7 chord down. Anybody know that tune from just that melody, that intro melody? No, it's similar. In a sentimental mood. I mean, it could be. I have to think about it now. Is it someone to watch over me? That's in a sentimental mood. But Randy, maybe it is the same opening. It's just a scale. It's just a scale, right? So that's not what I was thinking. So, okay. Anyways, look at those tunes that I'm recommending. In a sentimental mood does that minor major 7 chord as the second chord. Oftentimes it'll be used in passing as a descending cliche, I call it. And now you know what scale to use. Harmonic minor. Ta-da! So we have the My Funny Valentine. My Funny Valentine. That's when you bust out the harmonic minor scale on that chord. This is, to me, why it's so important to understand chord scale relationship, scale chord relationship, harmonized scales. So you can try out, test out these scales and see what works in context to the song. Okay. It might not be the flavor that you want for in another song where you see that minor major 7. You might want the melodic minor scale instead. This has a darker flavor than the melodic scale, melodic minor, that is, because of that A flat. Okay. Let's go on. I know this is a lengthy lesson, but I want to go through this very thoroughly because music theory is important. If you like music theory, you can do this. If you don't like it, that's okay. Here we go. D, F, A flat, C. We know the triad is diminished, but we basically have to think about what kind of 7 is this? Is this a flat 7 or a double flat 7? So what chord is that? You can type it in the chat. I'll talk about it. Is it a half diminished or a fully diminished 7? Oh, and I didn't talk about the other chord. I guess we'll come to it next in a second. This one here, D, F, A flat, C, is D minor 7 flat 5. And if I were to really save space, I would put this and just a line through it. That's the shorthand, okay? But I'll write it out. Generally, you would see it in a fate book, D minor 7 flat 5. Or again, D, symbol, line through it, okay? Half diminished 7. Not fully. Let's go on. This next chord here, the 3 chord, the flat 3 chord of the scale, is a special, thank you, Robert, for second half. This is another one that's special. It's a major 7 augmented chord. And I'm actually saying, instead of just saying augmented with a major 7, I like to think of it as major 7 sharp 5. I kind of just gave it away. Type in the chat, what's the formula for a major 7 sharp 5 chord? In terms of numbers, what's the formula? Yeah, thanks, Joe. I would put the hashtag in front of the 5. So I would put it like this: 1, 3, sharp 5, 7. These are the formulas. This chord here is an E flat, major 7, sharp 5. Fancy. Okay. You can even put symbol-wise E flat like that. Delta plus 5, or just a delta plus. That's going to say augmented. Here's E flat major 7. 1, 5, 7, 3. Off E flat here on the 6th fret. Here's my 5th, sharp it. Is that beautiful? And you can run C harmonic minor. David, yes, this chord is also the flat 3 chord of the melodic minor scale. Thank you for saying that too. So yeah, please grab the PDFs. I did the same thing, the PDFs, the chord scale theory for the melodic minor. Please have both of those for reference. Okay, and of course review that lesson too. We did the same thing. Today I'm actually going through it a little bit slower, a little bit more thorough. Absolutely. Yukon's question is, can I play the harmonic minor scale over any of these chords? And the answer is absolutely yes. Okay. It's true. Yeah. So you can kind of just vamp out on a one note or one chord rather, and get some unique flavors when you do this. You know, you can just be on the root and play C melodic minor. I don't know what scale. Well, you could do, but you could do C harmonic minor. You could be on it. Oh, I almost gave it away. Let's finish this and we'll do some experimenting. But I'll do another follow-up bonus lesson. It'll be on Patreon only, platinum, and I'll go through grab my loop pedal and show you some other demonstrations on kind of some other topics and advanced things dealing with the harmonic minor. Again, today's lesson is a general overview, very, very important lesson. I'm glad you all are here live watching this and participating and going through the process. Again, I keep saying that because I'll say from my own experience, reading from a book is one thing, or even just listening to a lecture is one thing, but actually writing it out and doing it for yourself, many of you know this, it adds another level of understanding and awakening, I guess you say, or just an aha moment. And of course, the next level is to put on your loop pedal and or jam and try this stuff out, okay, for yourself. Because you might say, oh, on this minor 7 chord, I'm giving it away. I could do the harmonic minor scale on the 5th degree. Wow, it's a cool sound. You know what I mean? The exotic. It's going to be your go-to sound if you want that exotic flavor. Try it out. So here we go. What is this chord here? We knew it was an F minor triad, but when you add that 7th on, F to E flat I'll just say it, is a flatted 7. So we have 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. What chord is that? You can type it in the chat. What chord is 1, flat 3, 5? That's your minor triad with a flatted 7. What chord is that? Thanks, Bob. F minor 7. Just a good old fashioned minor 7. And this is what I'm talking about here. So say my band is jamming and vamping on this. Your typical scale would be Dorian. But what if you bust out the C harmonic minor into the F major 7? Your bandmates will go, yeah, dude, exotic. Give it a try. I'll grab my loop pedal and demonstrate that later. But I want just to show you how tied into what Yukon's question is. You're going to get some pretty cool, quote, exotic flavors. Exotic meaning not your typical diatonic major, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, scale. So you're going to get some cool stuff. Gypsy jazzers use it all the time, as Randy says. Absolutely. Yeah, especially on the 5 chord, but on that chord too. This is the 2. Basically, these are the same chord, the 2 and the 4. Really exotic sounds. When we use it on the flat 6, then you get even the circus C sound. So hip, great for songwriting, composing. If you want that kind of eerie, like carnival-esque Danny Elfman sound, dreamy but kind of twisted. You're going to want to use harmonic minor scale on the flat 6 major chord, major 7, major 6. Try writing a little waltz, just running up the scale and playing that chord. You'll be like, whoa, I sound like Danny Elfman. Okay, so these are all tricks that the really good film composers use, even the bad ones. Just kidding. All right, so let's go on. That's the 4 chord there, minor 7. I'm going to stop just for a second here and just show you that if we went A, F, A flat, C, and D, if we just did this, like we're playing chess here, well, that shape there, that what chord is that? I'll just say the notes. You tell me in the chat, what chord is F, A flat, C, D? 1 flat 3. I'm giving it away here, you guys. 1 flat 3, 5, 6. What chord is that? Minor 6. Thanks. Yeah, both of you. Correct. So F minor 7, F minor 6. We can play C harmonic minor. Really beautiful sounds. Eerie, cool, that you would not necessarily be thinking, okay? Thinking about if you were just to see if the face value, a minor 7 on the chart, long vamp, if you're writing a movie score and you want something kind of twisted and darker than your Dorian, if you saw F minor 7 on the paper, you'd probably say, oh, I'm going to play blues licks or minor 7 Dorian mode. You might not think, oh, I'm going to use harmonic minor scale off the 5th degree. But if you want that cool, unique little twist to it, give it a try. That's what I'm saying. This is why we're doing this, talking about it and trying it out. Ideally, you'd sit at a piano or get your loop pedal off if you're a guitar player, play the chord and noodle around and get some really beautiful flavors. I'm probably going to be doing more of that as well, sitting at the piano and demonstrating some of this too. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going through this very carefully and very thoroughly, I hope, and I'm hoping you're getting the chords. So let's just do a quick review. The 1 chord, actually, let's just play it too on the guitar. The 1 chord is minor, major 7. These are as 7th chords. The 2 chord, half diminished. The 3 chord, major 7, sharp 5. The 4 chord, minor 7. The 5 chord is what? I already kind of talked about it earlier, but please do the work. G, B, D, F. Boom, 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 boom. I always demonstrate that. Boom, 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 boom. I always demonstrate this riff. What is that? G, B, D, F. Just a good old-fashioned dominant 7th chord. Yeah. G7. But you use a C harmonic minor. I'm doing my little hack there, the caravan hack. Again, you guys, if you're just tuning in, I've got a ton of PDFs here attached. The link is in the description. I really do hope you consider joining me on Patreon. Get these PDFs are at all tier levels, not the free tier though, I'm sorry. But you won't be disappointed. I have about, Pretty Woman, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It could be Beatles' birthday too. I have about 4,400 Patreon exclusive posts and lessons, enough to keep you pretty busy for the winter or the couple of years. One of my students even said, "Hey, Tracy, I spend about 3 hours a day with you with your materials." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he must be sick of me." So again, please consider joining me on Patreon. I'm really trying to develop an online music community of musicians just like you. If you're here watching this, then you're probably a good candidate to be a part of the community. Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very proud of my Patreon work because it's just putting all of my materials, and I spend a lot of hours a day on Patreon materials. So it's a big part of my life. Not only that, it's kind of kept me motivated to practice and learn new songs, especially during the pandemic, when I could have just kind of watched a lot of Netflix movies. I instead taught about 7 online workshops each week, 7 or 8, and recorded them, the videos, and did everything. So I created a lot of video content and etudes and materials from gypsy jazz to bossa nova to jazz standards to classic rock, stuff like that. I don't give one the ability to come up for air. Yeah, no, take it at your own pace. Thanks for saying that. It's all a la carte, you want to find what you're interested in and what your work. This is just a side note from this stuff. Just in general, you might say, "Oh, I just love the music of Joe Beam. I just want to learn and study bossa novas." And, I have those lessons on there of all the classics. But again, I'll also say the 2nd chord to how insensitive, it's that diminished 7 chord. What scale do you want to use? Now you'll understand, oh, I could use a harmonic minor scale, and again, I'll demonstrate that for fun. How insensitive. If you're wondering what chord do I use on that C sharp diminished 7, D harmonic minor, we're going to get there in a second because that 7 chord is going to be a diminished 7. But again, knowing your basic theory stuff, and I say basic, this is music theory 201. 101 is just your major scale theory and all those chords, diatonic, and of course, pentatonic theory is important too, coming from that. But harmonic minor scale, take note of this, please. Harmonic minor scale, melodic minor scale, whole tone, and diminished scale. Those are all kind of the advanced scales where we modify them. And the whole tone and diminished are symmetrical scales. Those are kind of special to themselves. Maybe we call it 301, but it's all kind of beyond the first level of music theory. It's important to understand triads and 7th chords. Once you guys get all that down, then you get into fancy worlds of superimposing structures, and even what we're talking about today, some really sweet uses of the harmonic minor scale that I'm demonstrating that you might not even think of. I mean, hopefully you'll start to be creative with that. And when you see a minor 7 chord on the chart, F minor 7, and you're vamping on it, or F minor 6 for that matter, you can think, oh, I'm going to try C harmonic minor, instead of F Dorian or F blues or a basic. Let's go on, you guys. We got G7. Oh, and I want to demonstrate that. This is very important because this is a scale, and this one has a special name. A lot of players And theorists think of it as a Phrygian mode with the sharp 3. So they call it Phrygian dominant. So here's G7. Here's a basic Phrygian mode. But we want to get that major 3. Here's G7. So again, pretty common and beautiful sound. That's probably the most popular use of the harmonic minor scale is on that 5 chord. Okay. The dominant 7. Let's keep going. We're doing really good. A flat, C, E flat is a major triad, okay? And then what kind of seventh is that? A flat, E, C, E flat, G. Well, I'm gonna play it just to show you. A flat, C, E flat, G. Oh, beautiful. What is that? What is that? A flat, C, E flat, G. What is that? Come on, somebody. Yes, Bob, thank you. Yeah, no, please take your time. I'm patient. I want you to think about it. A flat, but I'm playing it for you just to show you. It's A flat major 7, you guys. You can put that delta symbol if you want, little triangle. Okay. A flat major 7. A flat major 7 to G7. Check it out. Oh, it's one of my favorite jams. And I did put a G7 sharp 5. And we didn't talk about that. But G, B, D, F, if you put the E flat in there, it's a sharp 5 or flat 13. And that's a big part of the flavor of the harmonic minor. But I'm going A flat major 7, G7, or G7 sharp 5. I love that vamp. You can do it this way. And now you know what scale works beautifully for both of those 2 chords. You can do the hack, the caravan hack as well. Again, I do recommend that you check out if you want to know what does Tracy talk about this caravan hack. It's it's all included, but it's all here. Just read it and check out my lesson on the caravan hack. It's just taking the harmonic minor scale, those 2 triads a half step apart, and noodling with the shape, and you get the harmonic minor flavor. The flavor, not all 7 notes, 6 notes, by doing the 2 triads. And then but I posted a quick lick yesterday, number 114, that shows the dominant 7 and then the major 7 connected. Check out quick lick number 114 to show you the expanded lick, how you can connect the 7th arpeggios and not just the triads. But the whole point about the triads is that you can play with these 2 fingers exclusively. Because here's G major and here's A flat. You just find the G triad and you go up a half step with this finger over this progression. You just locate all your G triads everywhere. And again, you can use it on any of these chords. You can use it on the minor 7 chord if you want that really exotic flavor again. Same lick, but it's a different flavor because it's on a different chord. So these are just really great hacks to experiment with. And the key word is for you to experiment with. Okay. By the way, if you haven't already done the thumbs up, I appreciate it. That helps the YouTube algorithms a lot. If you are enjoying these lessons, let's do the last one here. Okay. B, E, F, A flat. B, D, F. Well, we know it's a diminished triad, and we know maybe if we were in the melodic minor scale or natural minor, it would be an A natural. It would be a B minor 7 flat 5. But this is an A flat, so it's a double flat 7. And this is where you get the dim 7. Okay. I'm going to erase it's just not to confuse when we erase this portion. Okay. B dim 7. That's the final one because it just repeats back to C minor with a major 7. Congratulations, you guys. You just completed the 7th chord harmonized scale of the diminished of the harmonic minor. 7 chords. Tertian, every other note. Okay. Now we got to play them on the guitar. Okay, this dim 7 is the final one, the leading tone chord. Very, very important. And now you know why when I was demonstrating this Jobim composition, how insensitive when it goes, how insensitive. That chord here is a dim 7. You think, oh, that's the 7th degree of the harmonic minor. How insensitive. Okay. So, I mean, that's just one option, but just so you know how we're using these scales. Let's go through these chords. Hopefully you're understanding it. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Here is the harmonized scale on C harmonic minor. Ready? Grab your guitar. I'm going to go through this very slowly. C minor, major 7. You don't have to play the first string. You can just play 4 notes. D minor 7 flat 5. Kind of sounds like the Beatles because, huh? Anybody hear that? Especially with the arpeggios. Because E flat major 7 with a sharp 5. This one's tricky. Look at the fingering. You play it, start with your major 7 and get that raised 5th augmented. Ooh, I love that. F minor 7. The theory's right here beneath my neck, if you can see it, fretboard. G dominant 7. A flat major 7. B dim 7. C minor major 7. I did the stairway chord. C minor major 7 with the 9 added on. Let's do that again. C minor major 7. I'm not going to assume you guys know these chords. I'm going to go slowly. Well, bossa nova feel. D minor 7 flat 5 to 2. E flat major 7 augmented to 3. F minor 7 to 4. G7 to 5. A flat major 7 flat 6. B fully dim 7. C minor major 7 with a 9 for that epic quality. And that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of the next level is to go to the 9, add some notes, add a 13 on. You know, what colors, what alterations can we get besides just the 7th chords? You know, can we do added chords or sus chords? Great for songwriting. Great for those chords where like, ooh, what was that? You know, that was unexpected. But it's often just adding a note in that creates a nice intervallic, you know, clash. So you want to go to that level as well once you get these down. And I suggest that you do these in all 12 keys, okay? I mean, honestly, it's a good study to do this. Or you could go on a song by song basis. How you guys doing? Are you guys enjoying these theory lessons? I hope you are, because it's really fun to talk shop and to demonstrate. And like I was saying, you can take any of these chords and run the C harmonic minor scale on it. This will allow you to think outside the box. Try especially this guy here, that A flat major 7, and do a little waltz. I'll do this on my loop pedal later. It'll be a bonus lesson on Patreon on the Platinum tier of me kind of going through some other things and other experimenting. But then you can write a little kind of circusy Tim Burton-esque, Tim Burton meaning Danny Elfman composition. Danny Elfman's a film composer who often works with the movie director Tim Burton. And he creates these beautiful scores that are always a little bit twisted. A lot of Lydian flavors, a lot of harmonic minors, like this one, harmonic minor on flat 6 major 7. Good, Yukon. I really appreciate the comment that you enjoy these and that you're benefiting from it. The next one that we'll do is from the whole tone scale. I already did the symmetrical diminished scale. So please check out that one. Check out, of course, the diatonic system. I've got a lot of those lessons on Patreon, the theory lessons, including a lot of examples of chord progressions, including like Hotel California, the Beatles songs, Well, Mike Tarzan Lewis, a lot of classic songs that we can use these. Johanna, thank you for the comment. So what's next? I guess, again, just, some applications of demonstrations. I got one other very important thing I almost forgot, and that's this guy. I grabbed a special marker for it. This is the diminished marker, orange. This is very special. Why is it diminished? I can barely see it on the square. Why did I put a square around the dim 7? What's so special about a dim 7 chord? As Pat Martino says, and I just kind of did some lessons regarding the Pat Martino concepts, the diminished 7 chord is a parental form. That's what he will say, the parental form that you can extract all these other dominant 7th chords. Now, I'm not going to go there, but that's definitely a pretty hip concept, and you can take it pretty outside for improvisation. But one thing that's natural, this is Pat Martino's quoting him on some of his lingo, he'll say that the dim 7 chord is one of the natural things on the guitar, the nature of the guitar. You can slide it around and it's the same shape. Okay, so B dim 7, slide it 3 frets. D dim 7, slide it around. F dim 7, slide it 3 frets, a minor third. A flat dim 7, they're all the same 4 notes, inverted. You don't believe me? Let's go through it. B, F, A flat, D. Slide it 3 frets from B to D. D, A flat, B, F. Okay, keep doing this with me. 3 frets higher. F, B, D, A flat. They just keep inverting. The dim 7 is the only 7th chord that can do that. A flat, 3 frets higher. A flat, D, F, B. This is what Martino says is natural on the guitar. It's so easy, right? It really is. So here's F, B, D, A flat. Taking this shape. Slide it 3 frets. A flat, D, F, B. 3 frets. B, F, A flat, D. So again, we love that trick. Well, why is it important to us right here? Because the fact that we have a B diminished 7 chord, that is also equivalent to 3 other dim 7 chords. So I'm compelled to notate that for you. B dim 7 is also equal to D dim 7, is also equal to F dim 7, is also equal to A flat dim 7. Those are all there. They're hidden. Those ones are hidden in the harmonic minor scale. They're hidden. So what that means, again, you can create these little cool progressions. Check it out. D half dim, D fully dim, C minor major 7. That's what I like to do for a 2-5. I go D half dim, and then D dim, and then C minor major 7. And now I'm just kind of demonstrating for jazz improvisation. 2, 5, 1. And I'm putting a minor major 7. just to keep it all on that one scale. However, I would often resolve it to minor 7, where I might be doing Dorian and blues scale instead of the harmonic minor for the resolution. 2-5-1. Again, that's when we want to. 2-5 is when we want to use a harmonic minor, but practice that. Let's go F minor 7, F dim 7. Don't forget, we can also go F minor 6. And I'll show you this: F minor 7, F dim 7. That's all in the harmonic minor scale. C harmonic minor. Here's F minor 6. Here's F dim 7. Listen to that. So subtle. The voice leading. If you have strings on your keyboard, hold it. Just voice lead. Just find those notes that change, and then you're going to create some beautiful arrangements that kind of sound like Nelson Riddle or Quincy Jones, some of the great arrangers behind the Frank Sinatra recordings. They really brought out some of these voice leadings because they knew all these tricks and all the chord theory. Same thing here, A flat major 7 and A dim 7. Check this out. A flat major 7, A flat dim 7, A flat major 7. Oh, in a scale, C harmonic minor. So I'm just going A flat major 7 to A flat dim 7. You might say, oh, are you switching keys, scales? No, I'm staying completely in the harmonic minor scale. A flat major 7, then I turn it, this is all still in the C harmonic minor scale. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, so again, think about that. In my snowiness. That's a Jobim tune meditation. You can run that C harmonic minor scale for the first chord you might not even think about. Most people play it in the key of C. I like the dim. So again, you can think about, that C major is a flat 6. I can run the E harmonic minor. Okay, so again, this is kind of thinking outside the box a little bit here. Chord scale relationship. This is going to allow you to know what are some optional scales. I say the word optional because you got to audition it. I always use the term audition. You've got to try it out to make sure that it's the flavor you want. But trust me, it's kind of like a science because you'll know that, if I want that flat 9 sharp 5 sound, I'm going to use a harmonic minor. You kind of get to know these flavors. If I want a natural 9 with a flat 5 or sharp 11, I'm going to use a melodic minor. So you start to think about those things a little bit more. And then they become tools. You look at the tool for the job that you need to get it done. You're not going to grab a crescent wrench. You're going to grab this, whatever, Allen wrench or whatever. So think about that. And the more you know, the quicker you can get to the sound that you desire. But again, I'm all about experimenting in the process because it's so much fun. And that's why you guys are doing it. That's why I do it too, because I love all these options and I love to find some unique flavors. Again, we also just want to practice, besides chords and looping and jamming, you want to apply it to songs because that's a big part of it. Find these songs, like I'm mentioning, Meditation by Jobim, How Insensitive by Jobim, Django tunes, whatever your favorite compositions are, standards. So we talked about the 2-5 there. We talked about the hack. We talked about a lot of good stuff today. Hope you guys are enjoying these. Yeah, exactly, Bob. The movable diminished 7 is completely movable. Hope you're enjoying these music theory lessons. I kind of think the coffee, it's kicking in now, I think. I'm not on anything else, if you're wondering. Just caffeine. What do you guys think? Any comments, feedback? You ready for the whole tone scale? That's a really simple, fun one. The whole tone scale is easy. You get all these augmented triads and dominant 7 flat 5 and sharp 5s and natural 9s and sharp 11s and sharp 5s. But it's pretty fun to experiment. So we'll do the whole tone scale tomorrow. And we need to do a jazz standard. So I'll choose something fun and easy to teach. Maybe one that I haven't played in a few years to learn it again. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. I think I'm out of breath. Thank you guys for joining me. Keith, appreciate you joining in. Hope you're doing well. Everyone, thanks. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be a surprise. I might even hop on later. I'm planning on doing a ukulele lesson. It might just be Patreon exclusive. Randy, take care. I'll see you for your private diamond here. Whenever we scheduled it, I forgot. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Talk to you later.